Hello, and a warm welcome from me to you. This is the series, The Ultimate Guide to Confidence. First pillar, self-love, is then we have these. We're going with the second block, building block today, which is stopping self-guilt and forgiving yourself. So I first want to say that this is extremely important that you learn how to forgive yourself. Like, if you want to start loving yourself, you're gonna have to forgive yourself and accept yourself for who you are. Okay, like I said before, like, we are all humans, okay? If we had to be perfect, we would have been born like angels, right? We would have been angels. We wouldn't be humans in the first place if we weren't gonna make mistakes. Okay, like, a human, if you're in this world, if you're here, that means you are going to make mistakes. No one is perfect, okay? Even the people you idolize and even the people you look up to and are your role models have made mistakes in their life, okay? Whether it was intentional or it was unintentional, okay? It does not matter what if it was intended or not. It was a mistake. It happened, okay? If it was unintentional, just learn that it wasn't your fault. You didn't realize, you didn't see it happening, and it's okay to move on from it and be more careful next time. If it was intentional, it's okay to forgive yourself. You were trying as how best you knew, or even if you know you were in the wrong for a certain situation, knowing yourself accountable, holding yourself accountable for it, and then promising to be better forward is a better step rather than just dwelling on it. If you're holding a guilt over your shoulders for no reason, that is just gonna ruin your vibe and ruin, everyone else's moods around you, especially if you're letting it affect them. Because sometimes we don't realize, but we can showcase our sad feelings as our bad behaviors. Resulting, like, our sad feelings result in bad behaviors, and we kind of also tend to make more people upset, and then feel more guilty about it. Speaking from personal experience, okay? So if you're feeling sad or about whatever, it's okay to talk to a close friend about it. It's okay to talk to a family member about it. That is amazing that you feel comfortable to talk to them, be open with them. That in itself is a blessing. And if you can, do reach out to them, and just don't let it affect every single person, like, don't let it show, because that, like, so many, you just don't know it, but so many people are going to use that weakness against you, especially if you tell it to the wrong person. It is going to be used against you, okay? And I'm not trying to tell you to start hating on other people around you, but it's true, okay? there No one is perfect, I know it, but there are some people who will use it to their advantage to make you feel worse about yourself. So you need to forgive yourself so that you yourself can feel better, and also so that if you ever, like, get if anyone is ever trying to shame you for it, then you are comfortable in yourself enough to own up to it. Do not get defensive. You need to own up to it and say, yeah, it was a one-time mistake, it happened, and I'm learning from it. The bigger step is learning from a mistake, okay? There are so many people you will meet who themselves have, let's say that you get close and they tell you about their, oh, there's this one thing I used to, say your best friend or anything, and they become your best friend, and they tell you that, once this happened, how best friends, they end up sharing what they did and what happened to them and stuff. And sometimes you will think, like, if said person has made a huge mistake in their life before, are they making that mistake again? Because if that person is present making that mistake again, you will obviously be thinking that, I kind of don't want to move forward in a relationship, in a friendship, anything with this person, because they are repeating their bad behaviors again. Or when they're just generally talking and stuff, and you notice a pattern which is their fault, right? So you recognizing your mistakes is let alone a blessing, because so many people do not understand that they are at fault somewhere. So if you are at fault, you understand you're at fault, then that's amazing. You should apologize if there is anything that you need to apologize for. You need to forgive other people when they're apologizing. Okay, another sad situation. let's say that there is a constant cycle of someone with someone, and you think that I can't constantly be forgiving someone. Actually, you need to be forgiving them, but just if you feel it's getting too much for you, then it is always amazing to start keeping your distance. Protecting your peace is way better, and holding on to a grudge is not going to help you protect your peace. Like, if you want your peace, then just forgive the person, and if they try again to build a connection again, and if you're just tired of it, be upfront. Tell them that you keep on repeating same behavioral patterns, and it's kind of affecting me, and I don't like it, and I'm sorry, but I don't think I can go on, blah blah blah, whatever. So that's how you can protect your peace, forgiving them, forgiving yourself. Let's say if you made mistakes, and because there's so many people, they're going to make you start feeling guilty about so many things you didn't even do, like, because it's true, about things you did or didn't do, right? They can gaslight you, they can manipulate you, and you can just start feeling overall bad about yourself. And sometimes it's also you manipulating your own self into thinking it's your fault. I know this. Like I said, this one is really from personal experience, because I was once in a kind of a friendship which really, really made me think that this one of my said ex-friends had a victim mindset, right? So she would really think that everything that's happening to her, her life is awful, and I always wanted to help her out. Trust me, wanted to help her out. And it got kind of to the point where whenever, like, I would make even the tiniest mistake in our friendship, I would feel so bad, because I'd be like, oh, her life is like this, her life is so difficult, and you're doing this. And it got to the point where I started over apologizing so much, I didn't even realize it. And then another friend came into my life after a year or so, and she noticed this pattern of my over apologizing and stuff, and she's told me to stop it. And it was when I realized that I was actually over apologizing. Luckily, I do not talk to that other friend anymore. I stopped. And I'll be honest, it has been amazing ever since. And just now thinking back to all of those things I apologized for made me realize that I was manipulating my own mind, like legit. There are so many situations where it was her fault, completely her fault. Like, sometimes I understand it's a 50-50 situation, but there are so many things where it was completely her fault. She did so many things. Like, I could just give you an example. Like, she would get me upset over something. It could even be a big thing, right? I would get upset over it, and then when she wouldn't talk to me for me being upset over what she did, I would go and apologize, and I would tell her that, oh, I'm so sorry for being upset, I shouldn't have been upset, and it's all my fault. And then she'd be like, oh, it's okay. That petty type, it's okay. Oh my goodness. I can't, I like first, at first I would notice it in our friendship, but then, like I'm telling you, her victim mindset manipulated me so much, I didn't even realize when I started like apologizing so much and caring a little too much. So that's what I'm trying to warn you, so like you can just, like, please, if you are involved in any this type of friendship or relationship or anything, please notice patterns, okay? Even if like they are sharing like trauma dumping on you, stuff like that, and they're sharing their past experiences with you, and you notice a behavioral pattern from them that is wrong, it is okay to feel bad for them, but just know that if you like, you can try to help them out. Sure, I tried as well, but if it doesn't work out, then please, 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 please start keeping your distance, okay? Please protect your peace. Don't go crazy. Okay, once you get out of that cycle, you're going to feel so free. And then yeah, yes. So then comes back to you forgiving yourself, right? So let's say there are a few mistakes you made in the past, which you still feel guilty for, right? So what can you do? What you can do is, like, just shoving these thoughts away isn't good as well. Like, shoving the guilt away, like, whatever, whatever. It's just gonna weigh heavier on you. What I like to do whenever I get a sudden thought like this is I'm serious. I sit down and I ask myself, okay, what is bothering me? So whatever the thought is, I bring it to myself. I sometimes imagine it in my head. I'm in that situation and I think to myself, okay, this is the situation that happened, and I ask myself, why did I do it? When I ask myself this question, why I did said thing, it makes me think, wait, why did I do it? Most of the times, I do not know why I did it. Even if it was an intentional thing, uh, um, like if it was intentional, sorry, I think, hey, wait, I knew this at that time and I knew this thing at that time. And I thought this would happen and this would be the outcome. And this is what I was thinking. This was what I assumed, which is why I did said thing. And then I think, if I had known better, would I have done that? And obviously, no, right? If I had known better, if I was in my current state of mind, I wouldn't have ever done that. So I tell myself, well, that happened. If thinking about it change the situation? Obviously, no. And said, if it was a person involved in the situation, have I apologized to the person? More often than not, I have. So I tell myself, yes, I have apologized to that person. Me and that person are okay now. That person does not think of it. I should not think of it. Boom, done. It's so easy. Just sit down, think to yourself, ask yourself a few questions, and when you're finally, when you're finally feeling okay, tell yourself that I forgive myself and it's okay. Even if it happened, I'll be better next time. I'll do better next time. I'll think better next time. I'll think things through next time. And it is going to be absolutely amazing, okay? The biggest thing is to just trust yourself and understand that you are a human and you deserve to be forgiven, either if it's by yourself or if it's by other people. Anyways, that was all for my rant for today. I really hope that this kind of helped you. And yes, again, I'm telling you, please pay attention to patterns in your friendships, relationships, anywho, or in your own thought process, that you are not manipulating yourself, guilt tripping yourself, anything. And I will see you all next time. Bye bye.